news and events taking place on the African scene, and we will start off with our major top stories and reports. And our main topic today will be Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry's talks with visiting Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. But we will start now with our major reports. Egypt's foreign ministry stated that Egypt was re-elected as vice chair of the executive board of the UN Habitat for the African Group over the period of 2021-2022 during the first meeting of the executive board of the UN Habitat in 2021. More details. Welcome back, dear viewers, and we will now be joined by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, Foreign Assistant Foreign Minister, on the Foreign Minister's talks on Monday with visiting Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador.
Good afternoon.
Sir, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry held talks today with the visiting Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov. The talks covered the means of boosting Egyptian-Russian relations in all fields, as well as a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern. Sir, how do you see the significance of these talks?
It is very important because, as you well know, that Russia and the Soviet bloc, they were our main trade partners up till mid-70s, and they left this position now, and the European Union is our main trade partner. This is a very important market for the Egyptian production and the Egyptian exports, and it's very good to restore it. The Russians are interested in the Suez Canal zone, industrial zone, and they will invest there, as the news are telling us. Also, right. On the political dimension, we have many files to discuss together. And we used to be close friends with Russia, and I see that it's very important to bring this file back. Yes. And to exchange views all over the bilateral relations, the regional relations, and the international relations also. Mm-hmm. That's why I see that this is a really very important visit of the Russian foreign minister, right, and his counterpart Sameh Shoukry.
Right. Well, Ambassador Bayoumi, the talks covered the joint projects, including El Daba nuclear power station and the Russian industrial zone. How do you see the significance of these projects?
It shows that Russia is very much interested and very honest in its attitude to cooperate with Egypt. The Daba nuclear reactor is one of the largest projects on the energy in Egypt, and we are going to use it quite well, because Egypt is preparing itself to be a producer for energy, exporter for energy to Europe. With all these projects, we shall be able to have surplus in energy, export it, whether it is electricity or oil or gas. Mm-hmm. Also, the presence of the Russian industry in the Suez Canal zone, it means that we are investing on the future, because this is not just a trade transaction all over 1 year or so. Establishing an industrial zone in Suez Canal by the Russian, it means that they are going to be there for decades. This is very good sign that it means that they are quite sure about the stability in Egypt the results of a good investment economically in Egypt, and it's a very good sign. I read it immediately.
Right. Well, Mr. Ambassador, Shukri also said that Egypt and Russia are coordinating efforts to restart the Palestinian-Israeli talks after Palestinian elections. How important is this issue?
Very important to make sure that Russia was always on our side with the Palestinian question. And we have to appreciate their position always. And of course, we want to make sure that Russia, as a permanent member in the Security Council of the United Nations, will continue to support the Palestinian cause, not only in the international level, but also to encourage all the Palestinian parties in order to have one unified government representing the whole Palestinian people. This is very important also because a sort of position we have to cross it immediately. It's not that Israel is an obstacle. Yes, Israel is an obstacle, but also our position inside the Palestinian different parties should be coordinated and to get one Palestinian interest, one Palestinian vote for their country.
Right. Well, Ambassador Bayoumi, Lavrov stressed on the importance of respecting the Syrian sovereignty and Syrians' right to self-determination. How do you see Lavrov's statements on the situation in Syria?
Here, Russia is a very important partner because their presence in Syria is very wide and very obvious. So they can play a very important role positively for the stability of Syria, for the peace process, for the Golan Heights, which is occupied by Israel, and we all reject this. So we hope that Russian role will complement with the Egyptian and the Arab role with Syria to bring Syria back to the Arab League, to bring Syria to unity, and to stop the aggression from other countries on the Syrian territories, whether from the Israeli side or the Turkish, who are occupying the north of Syria also.
Right. Well, he also mentioned that conditions should be created for reconstruction and the return of refugees. How do you assess the situation of Syrian refugees right now?
Very important, because really I am pitying the situation of our brothers in Syria. I want to remind you that I am from a group at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs who served with Syrian when we were one country by that time during the Egyptian-Syrian unity. So I consider myself and my group as Syrian citizen also. Very important, and of course you see thousands of Syrians are living with us in Egypt. We host them as if they are in their own country. But of course, the priority must be given to their land, to their country, to make sure that they can go and come whenever they want to their homes in their country. The country is threatened, and hundreds of thousands left the country either towards Europe or to other countries, and mainly in Egypt. And their presence in Egypt is not a problem to them or to us, but I think they are not enjoying this same treatment in Europe, for example. So we want to make sure that all the Syrian people who are suffering from leaving their own country and their land will be able to come back to their country as soon as possible.
Right. Well, concerning the Libyan files, sir, the talks also covered means of supporting efforts to maintain peace and stability in Libya and to back the political process in the country. How do you assess the situation, the current situation in Libya?
We are very active there because Of course, Libya made a very good step by electing a new government and the same parliament, and we hope that this will continue. Libya is very important, is our immediate border, and of course you were following what happened during the visit of the Tunisian president to our country, because Tunisia is affected also. So Libya is very important, is a neighbor country. It hosts 2 million Egyptians there. If you drive your car all over the desert road between Cairo and Alexandria, you will meet hundreds of cars coming and going between Egypt and Libya. This is a very important country for us. It's our immediate border, and for our national security also something which we keen to have a very stable country in Libya, inshallah, as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. And concerning the Ethiopian dam, Sir Shukri said that the talks covered the disputed Ethiopia's dam. He noted that Egypt has shown flexibility in the talks, adding that Ethiopia preempted negotiations. Your take on that, sir?
Here we need all the efforts of our friends, of our natural friends, whether friends to us or to Ethiopia. It is the same. We consider always Ethiopia as a friendly country and neighbor country, where we should talk very frank and to reach immediate solution directly. But as we have seen in the last negotiations round, they were not keen to finish the problem. Some people are accusing the Ethiopians that they are consuming time in order to start filling the dam, which is a big threat to the security of Ethiopia itself if we are not sure about the good construction of the dam. Also, you will realize that we are very patient concerning this matter, because technically, I think personally that there isn't a serious problem concerning the quantity of water. It's the problem of the dam itself, how they are going to fill it, how they are going to use it, and we need some good partner to explain to the Ethiopian government all these details, because it's not a matter of political stubbornness which will lead us to nowhere. So Russia here can play also a good role.
Right. Well, I would like to thank you very much, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, Foreign and Assistant to the Foreign Minister, for your insights, sir.
Thank you.
And dear viewers, that brings us to the end of this edition of Africa Today. Many thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more coming up here on Nile TV International.